This is Rockefeller Center in New York, and I will be replicating this scene for one of my Etsy clients with a few modifications per the customer's request. So my client has a skating rink that will sit within the square portion on the first level of the base, and that is why I elevated this portion here because the skating rink is about 4 inches tall. So I wanted to be able to elevate that so that you can still see the stage here behind the skating rink. From the top, water will spill over into the basin below, and I will also be making 2 sets of detachable stairs to go on either side of the skating rink. I did leave some space at the front of the base to add a road along the entire length of this base here. That way, if my client wants to add another base off to the left or to the right to butt up against this one, there can be a smooth transition with a road of another kind that she can just continue on from there. I will be recutting this piece here, which are the planters for the evergreens and where the fountains will come out of as well. After I elevated the base in the back, I decided to bring the top of this wall all the way to the edge here so that this will just be one piece. So I will show you what that looks like right now. Here is what the new piece looks like, and now I'm going to move on to drawing my patterns onto the pieces. To begin, I always start off with a ruler and I measure out whatever tile or brick pattern that I want to carve into each piece. So you can see I have marked all of this out. Where you will see the little X's is where I made a mistake and I will not end up cutting there. I've got one there and I also have one there. That way I make sure that I stay true to where I want to cut. Now, next up, guys, I stepped outside on my back patio because I am getting ready to carve this styrofoam and I want to make sure that I am in a well-ventilated area. So I am using my engraver tool from Hotwire Foam Factory and I'm going to use my ruler and mark out the straight lines into the styrofoam. All right, so this side is all complete and now I am just going to move onto the top and finish out the other side and I will be right back. All right, so now that I have everything all carved on each side, I am going to take my sculpting tool from Hotwire Foam Factory. I'm going to make the blade a little bit thinner like that. And now I am just going to carve little divots, just like this, out of the top of this bed, because this is actually going to be a planter. So I want to make this look a little bit like a little bit of a soil bed right within these rectangular lines here. I'm going to come close to the edge of that line and just take a little bit out, just like that. I'm going to do this very slowly and very carefully as I go along here because I don't want to go too deep, but not only that, I don't want to end up hitting my edge lines that I've gotten straight. So I'm just going to continue down the line just like this and carve the rest of this all out. All right, so it is all carved out now. It is going to look so good once this is all painted a really dark brown. So I am done with this piece. I am going to begin to glue everything together. So here is an update so far. Everything on the entire base is now carved and glued together. All of the planters for the flower beds have been carved out. You can see how long this one is here on the side. I also carved this one here, here, and here. I also carved the stage with the same square pattern, and I also added the steps on the sides. Now down below I did carve out this pattern as well, and you can see this line here is the original marking for the skating rink. However, that is not carved out here. It was just my original line that will be covered up with the paint. And then I'm going to make a circular area for the tree to sit on. And then there'll also be water in here that will flow over down into this basin. And here is what that looks like all carved out. The circular portion that you see there is what the town Christmas tree will be sitting on, and then there will be water all the way around it. And now we are ready for paint. I've applied my first coat of paint, which is always my black wash first, which is about 70% water, 30% paint. And next I have dabbed on my darkest layer of gray paint. And then you can see I lightened up the paint and dabbed on another coat. And finally, this is the last coat mixed at the lightest color gray. All of the planters have received a coat of dark brown paint to make it look like rich, dark soil. I have prepped both areas where water will be with plaster, both here at the top and down beneath into the basin. I have painted the plaster to make it look like water, and now I am getting ready to pour my resin for both sections. And here is a final look of how the waterfalls turned out as well as the fountains. So this is how it all turned out, and I do love the finished product. My client has already received this as well, and she absolutely loves it. If any of you would like a custom platform build, you can contact me, either comment me through this video, or you can click on the link in the description box to my Etsy page and message me through there as well. I take orders from January to September for custom builds. Thank you guys so much for watching this quick little tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. And until I see you again, stay safe, God bless you, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.